Hello YouTube, it's Rob from Maxwell's Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast of England. I hope everybody is well and having a great day. It is the 31st of January, end of January, and the spring is just around the corner, isn't it? And I'm looking forward to it. First of all, I apologise I haven't done many videos recently, and there's a reason for that. And I'll come on to it in a minute. But today's video is about survival. It's about those who fail and those who succeed, and what's the difference. And it's about learning, and it's about some key points, and I'll go into it. I've had loads of messages recently, as I always do, and I'm always flabbergasted by the amount of support and messages I get, so thank you. And lots have been from young people who are starting out this year. I've got about 4 or 5 people, regular sort of emails and telephone calls, and they're about to start the gardening business this year. Their aim is to start the new financial year, April the 4th, April the 5th, but they're preparing now, and I wish them well. And one of the questions I got asked was, what do you think the key sort of, what makes somebody survive and somebody not? And it's $1 million question, you know, successful, unsuccessful. And one of the things I came up with is you've got to be diverse in what you do. Bear with me. 80% of my business is grass cutting, hence the name Maxwell's Grass Cutting Services. And yes, you can go so far mowing lawns. You know, there's a 32-week season. If you're working 5 days a week, 200 quid a day, you know, that's 32 grand a year. Take off your offcuts, you probably get 25 grand profit. However, that's in an ideal situation, as most gardeners will be screaming at the sort of screen now, saying, well, what about when we had 2018? It was 2018, wasn't it, when we had that beautiful summer and all the lawns just dried up. Here in the northeast we weren't so bad, but I watched some of the YouTube videos, and down south where it's a lot warmer, the grass just turned to dust. So that's an issue. And also rainy days, and there's lots of issues, isn't there? So what we're going to do is be a bit diverse. Now, another YouTuber, he was critical, I don't know if it was me or it was aimed at me, but he said there's a lot of mow, blow and goes, come and go. You know, they just come here, they do it for a few years and then they disappear. They're not proper gardeners. And I thought, that's me, isn't it? But I'm still here. And I thought, what makes me survive? And one of the areas is, I don't just mow lawns. And if you want to survive in this game, you can't just mow lawns. You've got to take on garden maintenance work, a little bit of commercial work to get you over the winter, and other areas. Now, there's a YouTuber who I've started watching, and he's called Nathan, and his channel is Lewis Gardening Services. I hope that's correct. Hello, Nathan. I'll put a link in the description. He's a Welsh guy, and he's obviously been doing it for a long, long time. And he's just started his YouTube channel, and I'm enjoying watching him. As I said, I'll put a link in the description. And what I've learned from Nathan is he's diverse in the services he provides. He just doesn't do grass cutting, gardening. He does a bit of jet washing, does a bit of fencing. No, I can't do fencing, I don't have the skills. I could do a bit of DIY work, but I wouldn't do commercial work. But he also does a little bit of tree work, you know, chainsaw work. Now, what did I take from Nathan's videos? This winter I've had loads of calls because of the 2 storms we've had in the northeast. Can I do a little bit of tree work, as in the trees have fallen down? They're not massive trees. Can I take them away? So what I did is I ordered, and I tried to order it last summer, but you just couldn't buy one for love nor money. And that was the chainsaw on a stick, which goes on the Stihl combi, the pruning saw. And you don't need a chainsaw ticket for it, but it does a good job. And I tried to buy one in November, couldn't get one. Tried to buy one in January, and I've just got one a few weeks ago, and I've used it, and wow, it adds another bow you know, to your armory, that you can do a little bit of clearance work. And I've bought myself a little chainsaw, and I'm looking to do a little chainsaw course and get the insurance, and then that's another, you know, job that you can take on that I wouldn't have been able to take on this time last year. And then I'm going to do the weed and feed, and as you can see, what I'm doing is you're building up a level of service that you can deliver to the customer, which gets you through the winter. Now, confession. I have a little confession about this winter. I haven't done that much gardening work. A, I was poorly and I couldn't do it. And secondly, just before Christmas, I got offered a driving job. A couple of days a week for a friend. And it was a fixed price for a day's work. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. And it's not that I'm lazy. However, I'm 53. And Gary, who watches the channel from Funky Duck Productions, is a gardener in the northwest of England. Hello, Gary. He once said to me, Rob, who wants to be out gardening at temperature of 2 degrees with a wind chill, taking it down to -1 and soaking wet, or snow and sleet? And he makes a good point. I don't, not at my age. But I still want to do winter work, so I thought this driving job would balance the books a little bit. And it's not that I'm skint, I didn't need the money, but the money's always nice. And to be successful in business, you need to be a bit hungry, don't you? You need to be able to want to chase it. So I thought, you know what, that'll put a few quid in the bank over the winter. And then just before the new financial year in April, I'll be able to invest in new equipment, which makes me a little bit more diverse come next year. And what I'm thinking of doing, as well as, you know, I'm doing the weed and feed course, I'm buying a good rear roller mower. I'm thinking about going into pressure washing as well. Now, there's another YouTuber called, I don't know his first name and I apologise, but his channel is AE Macintosh Window Cleaning, and he does, as well as window cleaning, he does pressure washing. And if you go on his YouTube channel, it's massive. And you go on his videos and there's a whole section on pressure washing. And I nearly did this last year or the year before, but the spring came and I got so busy, you know, it just, things take over, don't they? And I thought I can spend £2,000 on other areas of the business. And I have spent heavily this year. But when we get back to that difference between survival and failure, you've got to invest. You've got to get decent mowers. You've got to get decent sort of, you know, the combi system where you've got like you've got the ability to do a little bit of tree work if you needed. I bought a tiller as well for the combi. What a beast that is. So when you're doing garden clearances, you're not on your hands and knees with a trowel. You put a tiller in and it's like a mini rotavator. I'll do a video on that, and it's fantastic. But it all costs money. And I recognise when you first start out, you haven't got that money. So the difference between success and failure to me is investing and getting your business where you can be diverse. So I'm really considering buying a decent pressure washing setup, a Honda pressure washer with the flat surface cleaner. I think it's called Wirral. It's a yellow 18-20 inch one, and you know what, if you get a couple through this season, it pays for itself. And then you might get a couple over the winter, and also it gives you a bit of a break from doing gardening all the time. Now, but the regular watchers will be going, well, Rob, you're going to be full. You've got Monday, Tuesday gardening, Wednesday you've got your estate that you've took on, and then Thursday, Friday's your regular mowing. When you're going to fit these pressure washing in? Well, the estate, I go 1 day a week and it's doing all right. However, there's a few alarm bells ringing. They've had 4 gardeners in 3 years, and the old chap who's the head gardener, he's a lovely fella, I've got to say. He doesn't watch YouTube, and there's no videoing up there, otherwise I'd have done some good videos, because it's a beautiful place. But my spider sensors, the alarm bells are going. A couple of weeks ago, he says, Robbie, he says, get yourself away early. Well, I work till 5 now that the lights are sort of coming, you know, coming in a little bit. And I was just doing some leaf clearance in one of the hedges and blowing them out, and just, you really not looking for work, but you know what I mean? You're trying to sort of make it as much work as you can, get it done, so when the spring comes, you know, it's easier. And he said, get yourself away. I said, no. I said, look, I'll finish this job till 5. And I carried on, and it's about 5 to 5. I came down and I said, look, I'm away. He said, oh, you could have went early, you know, because it's all about give and take. And I said, all right. I said, I thought to myself, well, this is the first time after a few months he said to me, go early. And spring's approaching. So the next day I said to him, can I have a quick chat? I said, yeah. He said, yes. So I said, you said to me, go early yesterday, and it's about give and take. Can I ask what you mean by that? And he said, well, during the summer, he says, sometimes we don't get finished on time and we work a bit later. But if you get away earlier in the winter, you know, it balances itself out. I said, right, does it? I said, well, I'm going to be straight as a die with you. I says, I've never took a flyer over the winter. And I said, that was the first one you offered, and spring's around the corner. I said, I don't mind working late if we need to do work, but one thing I don't do is work for free. I said, if I'm finishing at 5, I'll finish at 5, there or thereabouts. I said, if we want to work till 7, because we've got a job on, I said, you either pay me the extra hours or it doesn't work for me. I says, I don't work for free. And he went, right. He said, I'll speak to the boss and we'll see what happens. And I said, that's fine. Fantastic. I said, all the best. And, you know, we cracked on and whatever. But I was a bit angry. But then I thought, you know what? I'm an ex-military man. I spent a long time in the military, and I think we're a bit institutionalized where we work for one person and we think, oh, this is it. But in business, you've got to say, if it's not working, poof, off you go and go and find somebody else to work for. So I'm mindful that come the spring, when the grass cutting starts again, if they ask me to work on late into the evening for no reward, well, I won't be there. And then that'll give me my Wednesdays back. Fingers crossed it won't happen. But, you know, sometimes in life when you get a little sense, you think, yeah, why have the gardeners left every year? And then all of a sudden the spring's about to come, and he's telling me to get myself away early. But in the summer we might need to... No, I don't think so. So I'm thinking about doing the pressure washing. So then you've got the grass cutting. You've got your garden maintenance. You've got a little bit of winter work if you need it, doing other stuff. I've got a bit of commercial work, bit of pressure washing. And that's the way I think that people survive. And when you watch the YouTube gardeners, and I don't watch a lot these days, but I do watch some of the new guys, because I think their enthusiasm's fantastic and you learn a lot. And what I've learned is that by diversifying into different sort of areas of gardening, that's how you survive and that's how you make a living from it. But what I would say, in the first few years, don't be ashamed if you have to take on a winter job. I've done it the last couple of years really, and I've enjoyed it. This year's been canny. It's a couple of days a week driving. The money's not great, but it keeps you from watching bloody Richard and Judy during the day, doesn't it? And it earns a few quid. You put it in the bank, and then it allows you to buy new machinery for the spring. So that's it today. How do you survive? By diversifying, investing in new equipment, and just keep plodding on and work hard. Now, for all the people who have messaged me, I hope that answers your questions. I'm not great at sending emails because I find that I get tired late on to the evening, and then I just put it off. So I thought I'd make a video, and I hope that's answered questions for everybody. And I wish all the people who are starting out this year, I wish you all the best and every success. And if you have any questions, just drop me a message. I'll always try and sort of reply to it. And if it's an in-depth reply that's required, I'll make a video. I'm going to try and get some video footage soon. It's just that the work I've been doing, it's not been exciting. It's been boring. And, you know, my YouTube channel. Sorry about that. I was just about to say thanks for watching and to sum up, and the camera stopped recording, so I do apologise. What I will say is there is going to be lots more content coming out very soon, and I'm looking forward to the grass cutting season. I miss mowing lawns, and I'm sure everybody's sat in the house dying to get out there, but it'll be here very soon. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. But remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. Take care now.